So in Laker news, the Los Angeles Lakers and Rob Pelinka may be looking to sign two former players that used to play with Anthony Davis, particularly his time with the New Orleans Pelicans. The Lakers are looking to sign in the offseason Rondo and Boogie Cousins. Both of those players used to play with Anthony Davis, as well as playing with Anthony Davis with the Los Angeles Lakers, even though it was a short stint. But it seems like the Lakers are going back to what worked for them when they got the chip 2 years ago. Um, in other NBA news, I wanted to point this out. The Nets lost, the Lakers lost, and if you look at the series between the Suns and the Clippers, look like the Suns may win that series, and if so, all the favorite teams are bounced out of these playoffs, and most of these teams were super teams. The Brooklyn Nets. Let's team up and collaborate with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. LeBron James wanted a super team in Los Angeles with him, Anthony Davis. And they also was trying to get Kawhi Leonard to join up. Let's team up. But Kawhi decided to take his talents to the Clippers and got PG-13 to team up with him. The era of super teams are no longer. It's DOA. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of these teams needed, other players to help them and contribute as far as advancing and moving on. Particularly if you look at what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. Particularly if you look at what the Phoenix Suns are doing. They're still keeping a lot of their in-house talent intact. I feel like it's still, if you want to win a title, particularly and particularly in the future, you're still going to have one, maybe draft a superstar or develop a superstar, and build around that if you want to particularly win the title and win the chip. If you look at what the moves the Atlanta Hawks did, they didn't squander their talent to get one a player, a top tier player from another team. If you look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they keep all of their talent in house, and they just added on top of that. They didn't get rid of a lot of their prime talent to subsidize to get someone from another team, like the Nets and like the Los Angeles Lakers did, as well as the Clippers to a certain extent. Definitely the Brooklyn Nets. And it just goes to show you can win a title with a superstar if you build around that superstar. The way how the salary cap system works in the NBA, you get a lot of your money. You get to save a lot of your money if you could draft the right pieces and build around that way, instead of trading away your future and all of your pieces, or what little pieces that you have, to get another superstar. And when Kyrie Irving went down, they simply did not have enough to beat the Bucks. Ultimately, the Bucks won that series because of what they did in the offseason. If you look at what if you look at the Phoenix Suns, they got rid of the Lakers once Anthony Davis was no longer healthy enough to contribute. You mean to tell me those pieces that they substituted, if they could have just built around LeBron James, kept the talent that they had, you mean to tell me that team couldn't surpass the Phoenix Suns? There's a reason why you give up your future and all your talent just for one player. When that one player goes down, now you have nothing in return. If the Brooklyn Nets would have kept all those pieces instead of getting rid of those pieces to get James Harden, when Kyrie Irving went down, you mean to tell me those pieces that they had around them when it was only Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, even if Kyrie Irving would have went down, you mean to tell me the pieces that they let go of to get James Harden couldn't get Kevin Durant past the Milwaukee Bucks? The Milwaukee Bucks was not a super team. They were just a regular team that had talent, and they built around their talent around their superstar. It wasn't like they played a team that had 4 all-stars from 4 different teams. It wasn't like the Phoenix Suns had so many all-stars that they got from other teams to dethrone the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, the reason why they lost that series, they didn't have enough talent. The better team won. If you look at the Brooklyn Nets, the reason why the Brooklyn Nets fell off is the fact of it is they just did not have enough players around them. The last game of that series between the Milwaukee Bucks, if you looked at Kevin Durant was gassed out. He was tired because he had to play all 48 minutes like he did the last game that got them to see the light of day. You know, you keep continuing to do that, you're going to run out of gas. But they put all their eggs in one basket for James Harden, and now all that talent is gone. And the Los Angeles Lakers put all their eggs in one basket for AD, and now they can't even dethrone the Phoenix Suns. And the Phoenix Suns, they was missing Chris Paul a couple of games in that series. It was just Devin Booker and the talent that they'd been collecting. And that's the reason why the executive of the Phoenix Suns, the GM of the Phoenix Suns, won GM of the year, executive of the year. All because instead of just squandering what you have just to get one significant player, you just keep those players and you build on top of that. Okay? The era of the super teams is DOA. It's no more. Finito. I feel like a lot of players, particularly a lot of younger players, are going to look at this blueprint and go, wait a minute, if I'm good enough, and if my team continues to draft good players around me, and we pick up a player here and a player there, and then we have a cap flexibility to make my team even better, I like my chances with my team instead of just taking my talents to a big market team or taking my talent to a team that already has two superstars, and that's what happens. And now, if you look at this news, particularly with the Los Angeles Lakers, it seems like they're going to get back to the basics, back to the blueprint that got them to win that title. You have to have talented players that's not going to fill up, that's not going to kill your cap, and just build around what you already have. Now, there's also rumors that the Lakers are interested in Russell Westbrook. I feel like those rumors are more so what LeBron James wants. LeBron James feel like, well, let's just get some stars. Even though he's an older star, he can help us. Okay? But is Russell Westbrook going to take the league minimum just to join the Los Angeles Lakers? And I just don't see that. Are they going to give up so much to get Russell Westbrook? I almost said Russell Wilson. Russell Westbrook? I don't think so. I mean, the Lakers don't even have enough to give up. So that's what's going on in NBA news. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, the host with the most. I'm up out of here, y'all.